Alright guys, welcome to another beer review, and today this is another beer from the Beer 52 Summer Bangers box, which was the box for July, and you'll only be seeing a few reviews of them because the box pretty much lasted me a night. I drank it last night because my good friends over at Good Beer Live were doing their live stream, and I thought I'd drink along with them. Then I had some drinky poos afterwards as well. And yeah, I pretty much just went through the box and only got about a handful of reviews. So this is essentially the last of the 8 beers that I received. And it's one that I'm very, very excited about. So if you want to get yourself excited about beer, this sounds terrible, then I'm going to put my referral link down below to Beer 52 because I think they're doing a really fantastic job with the boxes that they've been doing recently, the beers that they've been brewing themselves. In fact, I think I did a review of it. I did the Tangerine Dream, which was just so on point. And I thought I'd end this box with another citrus-infused IPA. My favourite, well, it's more of a pale, 4.5% citrus pale. But yeah, it's just, there's something so satisfying about IPAs and pale ales that actually have citrusy fruits, or even like blueberries or strawberries. Just putting fruits in general. And a lovely image of the moon there. Putting fruits in an IPA is just like the best idea anybody has ever come up with. And I know I'm sure there are much better ideas, but yeah, I just love them. Doesn't matter who brews them, doesn't matter what fruit it is. It's a great way for me to get my cheats 5 a day, and it's actually rarely helped me appreciate these sorts of fruity flavours. Do you know what I mean? Because as you can tell by my figure and my complexion, not exactly the healthiest chap, but beer has really helped me appreciate fruits because of inclusions of fruits and the fruity flavours you get from hops. But anyway, I'm talking absolute nonsense. Let's get on with the beer. So we're going over to the Ilkley Brewery, a brewery who I haven't had anything from since Christmas last year, when I did the Merry Christmas Ale, I think it was called, as part of my 12 Days of Clueless, which maybe I'll do that again this year. I don't know. If I do it this year, it will have to be interesting sounding beers because I can't just do slightly spiced ruby ales and stuff like that because they bore the shit out of me for the most part. And yeah, I don't know what's going on with my hair today, but at least it's not looking too greasy for a change. Anyway, so yeah, Ilkley Brewery's Juiced in Time. Wonderful name. Yeah, that's just a fantastic name. Lovely artwork. I love how simple that is. I don't know why it reminds me of. I've got like a 90s hospital vibe coming from it. I have no idea why. I don't know why they would have those colour combinations in a hospital. But it just makes that. It's like hospital waiting room in the like early 90s. And I don't know what sort of hospitals I was attending when I was a child, but I don't know, it's just got that like really, it's northern as well for some reason. Don't ask me where I get these stupid ideas from. But yeah, so this is from the Ilkley Brewery, who are on 40 Ashlands Road, Ilkley, UK, which I think is up Yorkshire way, I'm not too sure. Geography was and never will be my strong point. What is, to be honest. But yeah, so this is a citrus pale, a light and well balanced, easy drinking pale ale with hoppy citrus notes of orange and lemon. Hops are lemon drop, centennial, and mandarina Bavaria. Lovely combination. And a hop called lemon drop just sounds fantastic, doesn't it? This should be paired with seafood or spicy food. And the full ingredients are water, malted barley, hops, lemon zest, orange puree, speech impediment there, and yeast. Brewed and bottled in the UK, or the usual gumph, that sort of thing. But yeah, beautifully presented. I love how simple it is. It's almost got like sweet shop. Like I'm going to stop comparing it to different aspects of life. But best before is June 2019. Not too sure when this was bottled on. I did get my Beer 52 box, I think, yeah, in a pretty timely manner, to be honest. Unlike the Polish box, which was, you know, actually, you know, last minute decision on my part. But anyway, that Polish box was really good, and this box has been fantastic as well, because I've been wanting to buy more pale beers for the warm summer months and just a session on, and this was like, this would be a perfect box, right? If you're going to the beach, or you're going out with mates, or you're going out with your better half, you're having a picnic, take the box with you, chill them down, and yeah, you've got the perfect beers there. But yeah, anyway, it's just one of those like fantastic. I mean, the beers have been great. Are all of them like what you'd see in like a top 10 beer list of 2018? No, but it's just great like casual but flavoursome beer drinking experience. If you're having a barbecue outside, you know, get a couple of boxes of those. You're sorted for your beers then. Really nice selection. But yeah, this is pretty damn clear. A little bit of an amber hue to it. Yeah, it's almost got like a little bit of a Heller's Lager look to it also. Yeah, I wasn't actually expecting it to be that clear and filtered, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a bad beer. Yeah, they can't all be friggin' like peach yogurt in a glass, can they? But the beer poured with about one finger's worth of a slightly off-white head. It's got that sort of like double cream look to it. But it certainly looks the part, doesn't it? So let's see what we get on the nose. And I'm getting very British hop character. But then the citrus edge comes through. It's got like marmalade on toast. Do you know what I mean? It's got that sort of like nicely toasted rye bread almost, with a bit of slightly piquant or piquant. How's it pronounced? Is it piquant or piquant? A piquant, a piquant orange marmalade. I'm not sure if that's French, probably not, but it sounded it. I'm not racist. I'm not. And yeah, anyway, what has this review become? What has my channel become recently? Yeah, it's very British in its aroma. I will say that, and I've not had a beer smell like this for a while, because I've not really had recently too much like English real ale. It has been a lot of either traditional German beers or really crafty sort of beers. But this just sort of like reins it in, and it's not really hoppy on the nose, but that citrus fruit character is coming through really nicely. And yeah, it's almost like a rye ale, almost like a rye pale ale. That's the sort of thing it's reminding me of. But it smells good, so let's see what it tastes like. Cheers. Okay, and just like the aroma, this to me tastes very British. It's got like that classic, almost golden pale ale, like classic British golden ale. Very, you know, lovely biscuity malt, a little bit of a slight corny sweetness, earthy hop characters, that subtle citrusy sort of hop. The mandarina hop is coming through really, really nicely in this. So it has that sort of like, almost like a really crisp, zesty Heller's Lager vibe about it as well. There is a spicy rye note in there. And mixing with that really nice citrus character, which isn't too in your face. In fact, my own slight gripe, and that's just because I love it when I'm bombarded with citrus in these sorts of beers. Could be a bit more bolder. Maybe put a bit more in there. Maybe a little bit of sweetness in there as well. but it's still a nice beer. Really, really is. This is one of those beers that you could just session the hell out of. You could just drink this and drink this and drink this. This is the sort of beer that I really enjoy drinking, and that's me trying to swallow my glass, by the way. I nearly dropped my glass then. Yeah, I've still got to get the technique down of swirling a glass to make myself look like I know what I'm talking about. Which is why you do it, and of course so you can... lovely sherbety sort of vibe there. But I'm going to stop now because I don't want to shake out all the carbonation. This is one of those beers that when I'm visiting somewhere like the Lake District and I'm going to a nice country pub, beautiful scenery, it's a lovely mild day, there's a little threat of rain but you don't care because, you know, seeing the Lake District when it's raining is a sight in itself, and the mist comes up. This is one of those beers that I'd love to spend a whole day in a country pub with some nice home style cooked food and just knocking back pint after pint of it, and then going back to your little holiday cottage or your little holiday apartment and just crashing for the night, and then looking out from the, because yeah, it's like the third floor, right, of like a holiday apartment. The people below are a little bit too noisy. The people upstairs, you don't know who they are, but you hear them. You never see them, but you hear them. And you're looking out over Windermere. You've got the lake in the background. You've got the slight sloping village. And the sun is setting. This is the sort of beer that I want to experience that sort of stuff with. And it's a really nice beer. And overly romanticising, as I usually do, as the hopeless romantic that I am. But yeah, it's just a lovely simple beer with a nice little bit of citrusy character to it. But it just could be a little bit more bolder. I mean, I'm not expecting it to be, you know, as citrus forward as something like Juice Box or anything like that. But maybe just a little bit bolder, because it does have, like I said, that slight sort of like British golden ale. Just simple. You can have it from so many breweries, doesn't really taste too different. But that addition of citrus does actually add a little bit. And it's got a lovely light marmalade on toast vibe with a little bit of a rye spiciness, which it's a really nice flavour profile. Something a little bit different, but you've had beers like this a lot. That's what I'm trying to say. And yeah, Ilkley, I've drank a few of their beers. They were one of those breweries who I found when I was getting into it, because you'd find like all of their range in like lots of places in Manchester. I remember had Ilkley stuff, and Little Valley. What was it called now? Night and Day Cafe. They used to have like loads of Salter beers, like loads of like Yorkshire, Leeds, sort of that sort of area. And I think Ilkley come from. Apologies if I'm offending anyone from Ilkley for misrepresenting you, but yeah, these the beers that that helped me get into craft beer when I was in going to Manchester and stuff. So in terms of a rating, then I'm going to give this one a little bit of lemon drizzle cake action going on. I'm going to give this one an 8 out of 10. It's simple, but it's not bland. It just could be... They could have pushed the boundaries a little more. But I would happily devour pint after pint of this. Nice 6-pack with good company, good food. And it's one of those sorts of beers. And yeah, so if you tried this one or any of the beers from Ilkley, then let me know your thoughts, opinions down below. Recommendations, always welcome. Of course, I'll put my referral link down to Beer 52. I'll put Ilkley's links down below, as well as Beer 52's links. And on top of that, if any of my friends and fellow beer tubers have reviewed this one, I'll include their reviews also. And yeah, it's another satisfying citrus pale ale / IPA. And I want more of these beers because I love this sub-style. And yeah, so whenever I get to find them, I'm going to drink them. And I'll probably share them with you guys. So thank you for watching and putting up with 15 minutes of me talking absolute nonsense. You've subscribed for a reason, I suppose. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I shall hopefully see you next time. Cheers, guys.